All right, well, that was fun. So, what just happened is I just recorded almost 12 minutes of content, and then I looked down at my mic and I saw that it was red, and that means it was muted the entire time. So, welcome in. This is day 70. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, free to play, day by day. This is July 5th, so if you're seeing this on the 10th, realize that this was recorded almost a week ago. And with that being said, I've talked about how, it will have been almost a week by the time you see this, but today's the day that they announced 30 large pieces of content. One was the Galactic Legend, which everybody was speculating about, and I sort of added some thought into what if it's Ahsoka? But now it's clearly not Ahsoka, so if you've been hammering me for the past couple of days about it's not Ahsoka, just know that these videos are recorded in the past, they're uploaded when you know how it is. But now we have confirmation that it is indeed Galactic Legend Leia Organa. Apologies. To that end, I wanna ask a question. Did CG just give us their own preferred farming guide? What do I mean by that? Well, aside from what you need for Leia, they gave us this info about the new raid that they're going to be coming out with. So we've already got the Great Dragon raid, which I am nowhere near at any point right now. But there's a new other raid coming out. It's a little raid. It's a little raid from a little movie you might have heard about that have Leia Organa and Ewoks and all these other things in it. It's called Return of the Jedi. And in the past, I've talked about going for the CLS team and how I don't have a problem going for CLS. I just have a problem getting everything else that you need for the team, right? But does this Return of the Jedi help negate all that? And if you have the proper CLS team with CLS, Han, Chewie, 3PO, and 2PO, congratulations. Congratulations. I do not. But this may make it easier for those of you who have not seen the requirements or the tunes that you could be using for the new Return of the Jedi raid. It's been 5 days. It's been almost a week. What, do you live under a rock or something? And so for those of you who don't know, it's basically any rebel within reason and every Republic trooper in existence. Anybody that's got a Republic trooper tag, or excuse me, not a Republic trooper, a Imperial Stormtrooper tag, is eligible for this raid. So guess what, guys? Guess what? This is going to be accessible to people very, very early on, especially if they're doing what I'm doing, and that is going after Imperial troopers. You know, if you're like me, hey, I got 5 troopers, and then if we go back, if we go over to the trooper page and we see in toto what is the sum of the troopers we have. We have 5, and then we have Dwight, and we have Gary, and we have Magma, and we have Snow, and we have Eye Candy, and we have Death, and we have Shore. And actually, I don't think Shore is available for the raid. Right? Hold on, let me check. Sorry. Oh, that was auto, if you couldn't tell. Short is on the list, so every trooper is available for this. And I've talked about it. I talked about last week about how I thought Nooch did this video where he was like either or, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do both because there's no reason not to do both because Iron's got a ship, Death and Shore have got a ship, so hello. And I think there's at least a little bit of a chance. That any of these characters on this that don't already have ships could be getting ships. What does that mean? I don't know. But I think there's more than I think there's at least a little shot that Dwight could end up getting a ship, that Colonel Stark, that General Veers, that Death, that Shore, that Gary, that Magma, Snow could all end up getting ships. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. But Piet does, obviously. Iden does. Storm and Death do. Shore and Death do. But the Imperial side of this raid is just way easier to get than the Republic side, than the light side, because the light side it starts off easy. It starts off Akbar, duh, it's a trap. And then it's Chewie, who you need bounty hunters for, obviously. And then it's Han, who was easy to get. Then it's Hera, who people have like poo-pooed. Hey, why would you go after Hera? Hey, she's in the raid. She's probably at this point, we don't know. She's probably gonna be a requirement for Leia. You can farm her. She's early. She's got her and the Ghost on the same node. Then there's Lando, who everybody thinks is terrible. Hey, now you can use Lando because Lando is one of the requirements for Leia, just like Akbar, just like Wicket, just like the new Princess Lady that's coming out, the new Princess Ewok that's coming out. So yeah, it makes sense. And here's what I've decided. And I know that I've been back and forth on what should I do? Should I do the CLS requirements? Should I do the BAM requirements so I can get the BAM? It's all very complicated, right? So I did normal 8 today, and so I get to start Wicket tomorrow, maybe. But the thing is, Princess Leia is not needed for this. So that means I can if I want to slow down my Princess Leia CLS, because CLS is not required for this raid. And so it's not going to behoove me to have CLS. It's not going to help me at all to have CLS. So I'm in the dark side here. We already talked about range. There's no Mando. This is Tebow, which people say suck. Don't get Tebow. I think Tebow's farmable though. But it's not Tim instead of whatever Tebow that is. But it's not Tim, because Tim would probably be better for the raid. But who knows? So I'm looking through here, and there's only range that's in Darkside, and then Wicket, of course, is down here, and then Tebow was up there a little bit. But then look here. All right. So this is light side 2, right? Look at right here. Scout and Elder are right here. And this is Force Order shenanigans. Here's Dwight. Here's Hera and the Ghost. Guys, come on. Come on. Here's Gary. Here's... Who is this? This is Tebow again. It is. Well, I think it's almost guaranteed that one of these nodes are going to go away. And they're probably going to put Princess What's-Her-Face on one of these nodes. Just me. And maybe whoever else. Then there's General Veers and Eye Candy. Then there's nobody here. And then this 6, because Rebels, right? So my Rebels are very lacking. But guys, if you think I'm crazy, now I know that there's something to be said for discipline. Some of you have detected how much affinity I have for the light side, and I do. I have a great affinity for the light side of this game. And the thing is, I know this isn't going to come out tomorrow. So here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to start these farms until I want you to help me come up with a number. And I want you to help me come up with a number. What day? And I'm going to give you some time. So I want you to give me a day. I want us to come up with a day for me to start these farms. And I know that this raid isn't going to come out for a couple months, and that I can participate in here with my current troopers as is. So I have a couple of questions for you. First is, do you think I should finish all of the troopers in total? Which means of course Iden, Gary, Dwight, Magma, Snow, Shore, and Death. Do you think I should finish them in toto, or should I just go with the 5 that I have and not worry about the rest for now, at least? And then maybe because I don't know. There's a lot of thoughts that I have going on, and I'm not phrasing it right. So I know you missed what I got from the poll because it wasn't in this portion of the video. But what I did do is I did pull what I needed to pull today. So good. So I'm happy with that. And this is where they are. We're still almost level 77. We have a piece that we can add. We just can't add it yet. And we're still working on getting more pieces of more gear, of course. Other than that, of course, we can come over here. We can do challenges to see if we get more stuff. In terms of gear, I'm not going to hold my breath because it's attacker. Maybe we get lucky. Don't know if we will or not. Let's go back to the squad real quick. We might have I think we actually got another piece for dark, but of course I can't equip them yet because they're still too low. But we are seriously getting close to Veers. We need about 18 more pieces, which could take as little as 3 days, but probably more like 4, of course. And then dark, we still need about Dark Trooper. We still need about 38. So that's probably, I don't know. So that's somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 days, I guess. And then range is still there, and then of course Piet is going to be done in probably closer to a month. But and then after that, all of that energy is going to be freeing up. And so I've asked you before, hey, where should that energy go? And before I didn't have you know, it can go. You can see where the Mando squad is. They're all at 50. You know, Grief and Mando are at 65. Kuyo, Kara, and IG-11 are all at 50. And then we have various members of the CLS requirement squad with Han and Farm Boy and Ben, and then moving up Grand Moff Tarkin. And then here we have TIE Pilot, and then there's Leia and Eighth Brother, who were farming for the IG-2000 because it's there and it's available. And then we have, you know, Biggs and Han and Zeb and Dwight and all these people. But it's like, where do I go? And my big question is, my guess is, do we finish the CLS farm? Is back to which Republic team first? Is it CLS? Is it the BAM requirements? Or now, well, there's four really. There's four really could be really good teams that I can farm very early on, and that of course is the BAM team. It's the CLS requirement team. It's the Phoenix, which I know you people, you guys obviously probably don't want to hear that, but come on, let's be reasonable. They're probably going to be needed. And you could probably say, well, don't you think Farm Boy and Old Ben and all those will too? Sure. Yeah, I get it. But we know the Ewoks, and the fourth would be the Ewok team, because we know that the Ewoks are going to be needed for the team. We know that 3PA is probably going to be a requirement for the Leia. We know that they can go right into the Jedi raid, the Return of the Jedi raid. Just let me know what you think. That's it. I know that this has probably been a little crazy because I've been all over the place, and I apologize for that, but I don't know. It's just hit me like a ton of bricks. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? So help me decide. Anyway, guys, this has been day 70. I'll be back for tomorrow with day 71. Till then, have a good night. We'll see you then. Bye.